What I want to get across about my own story to the clients is that you're never too old, you're never too young, and it's never too late to get your life back. I was born in American Samoa on the island of Pago Pago in 1976. My father was a drug enforcer officer on the island, and to get us a better life, our family a better life, we moved to California when I was 3 years old. My sister's 2 years older than I, and we moved out here. My father, my mother, my sister, and myself, and my dad got a job working for the federal prison system. I don't have the my parents weren't there story. They were there, but it was very dysfunctional. My dad was an alcoholic. She started to get tired of it, and the marriage was starting to end. So he tried to save it by coming back to California. And we came back to California. The drinking continued, and my mom finally left. No matter what they went through or what we saw, there would still be a hug and a kiss goodnight. Or right before we go to school if he was awake. It was always there. And then he'd put his prison uniform on and turn to Mr. Cop, and go off. So we had that dad image, and then we had the scary guy that works in prisons, all throughout my high school and early college years, I did the normal things. I partied here and there, I drank, and, maybe smoked a little marijuana and stuff like that. I never did anything else, but I think I acted out in anger a lot. My issue was anger. I spent a lot of years just fighting and drinking, kind of following my dad's footsteps, not knowing that was going to hurt me later, I started using real heavily, and things just started falling apart. I've done 3 prison terms, numerous amount of county time. But this last one in 2006 is where it was too much for me. I got married a week before I got arrested, lost my wife, my stepchild, lost my family over this case. Almost killed somebody from a stray bullet that I shot myself with. It was just being high and being in the lifestyle, not paying attention, and just being real loose in life. I just was falling apart. But I woke up after this happened. I think it was the point of me almost, accidentally hurting somebody else because of my stupidity. I can remember a time when my dad were walking across the street, and my dad punched me in the chest and told me to don't slouch, walk like a man. I was 5 years old, and I remember that. And I remember my dad telling me that all through growing up, walk with your shoulders back, men walk like this, and how to shake a hand real nice, tight and firm, And I think those kind of little teachings, had me with this little macho mode that I had to be on. I had to be like my dad, big prison guard, macho guy, doesn't take any mess from nobody. And I think that's a lot where my anger issues mimicked. For a long time, I didn't want to say that, my childhood could be a reason why I was angry as an adult, because I didn't per se believe in that. But as I keep getting help, because I still get help, I go see counselors, and I continue to go to groups, and I continue to network and socialize in this field. Come to find out that it had a lot to do with it, because subconsciously I didn't know anything else but what the anger that I saw growing up, and the anger that I saw growing up is from my earliest memory of my dad and my mom, going at it, or my dad punching out windows because they parked too much in the driveway. And he's literally done that, and I used to think that's what you're supposed to do. So when it came time for me not trying to acknowledge my hurt and my pain and my disappointment in certain things, I turned to anger, and I just lashed out at people, and what was funny is even when I dissect all my past fights or my past things with people, that I always feel bad afterwards. I would really have a conscious feeling of, of sadness, just like, wow, Why did I do that to that person? You know, like, and that tells me right there that the first underlying feeling was hurt and pain, and all I did was inflict hurt and pain on somebody else. And that used to emotionally get with me, and I didn't know how to handle it. So I would get angry all over again. I'd get mad at myself for feeling that way, feeling soft. And I mean, that's what anger means to me. I mean, I see a lot of people say they're angry and say they're mad, but when I watch them and I'm watching the things that led up to them getting mad and angry, you know, that they might have got disrespected over here. They might have got laughed at 5 minutes ago. And, you know, somebody might have turned down something they said. And really all that is hurt and embarrassment. Yeah, people turn it into anger, and we call it, I'm mad, I'm angry, I got an angry problem. No, you got a hurt problem. You don't know how to handle the pain and the hurt. Becoming a father, to me, it's I'm nervous, I'm excited. I'm going to be able to make amends for society with this child, you know, and the other kids that my girlfriend has. You know, I'm going to be able to be a positive influence from now on. They don't know me back then. I will share my story, and I will be honest, completely honest. But I'll be able to show them the things that maybe my dad, as a provider, was too busy to show me sometimes. You know, we still had that love and hug, and that's what I was telling my girlfriend, that I'm going to be hugging and kissing my son. If he's embarrassed, he's going to get it even worse, you know, in front of his friends. I don't care. I'm a hug and a kisser, you know what I mean? If they don't like it, you know, tough. It's one of those things that I'm going to keep, you know, and I'm always going to talk. I'm always going to talk. That's one of the things I've learned in the last few years, that to hold something in is just ridiculous. Even if you feel the other person's not going to take it that well, pick a different time and place and work on the approach, but still say it.